Right, what up, everybody? I just here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that this way. But good evening, everyone. Right, I've decided that we're going to be playing some Rogue Track, something a little bit different in Pioneer. After we inevitably 0-2 drop with this deck, we'll probably be playing some mono red Eldrazi. My 5-0 list just got posted, so I'm excited to see that up. I definitely want to practice some more of that deck, learn some more matchups with it. It felt really strong when I played it, so I definitely want to get back to that. But yeah, this is the list that I'm kind of working off of. This is kind of my own personal take on the deck. There hasn't really been a rogue list that's 5-0'd in a long time in Pioneer. There's probably a pretty good reason for that, and I aim to figure out what that reason is. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get it started. And I'll let everybody sort of start to trickle in here. But yeah, excited to see what the deck does. It's probably bad, like I said, but you never know until you try. It is kind of a cool concept, at least on paper. And I know that rogues were pretty good in standard. Even though I didn't really play in that standard, I heard that the deck was pretty decent. It was kind of like a forest archetype, so to speak. I don't really know if this deck is going to be is going to translate over well in Pioneer. Like I said, I know, sorry guys, I know it hasn't 5-0'd or done anything in a while, so I do want to put this up on Stream Decker though. Let me go ahead and do that now. I'm always so prepared. Current deck. Let's see. Let's upload a new deck. Okay. All right. We just set that one as our current, and we're on the draw. And this is more or less like what I was looking for with this deck, so we're gonna keep this one. And this is kind of the start that I was hoping for. Let's see how this goes. Let's flash. Want to mill cards. These both have flash, so yeah, let's just play this and pass here. Flash in the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Now this is basically a control deck. We are looking to pretty much establish like control over the game. Looks like our opponent is playing Jund Sacrifice. Build over a Mayhem Devil. So we can play Merfolk Windrobber. I really don't like that play though. I'd prefer to just keep this out. We can kill the Gilded Goose, but it doesn't really do too much for us. I guess it keeps them. How much mana? Corvald is 5 mana, right? And then this was 8, right? Let's just pass with mana up. That way we have Drown in the lock if we need it. And we'll go from there. Alright. Okay. I think at this point we can just go ahead and play like a robber here. Like I said, this is kind of a weird like tempo-y control deck. And basically I'm trying to make sure that my opponent doesn't resolve any like important spells or anything like that. Like I don't necessarily care about fatal pushes. Like our dudes are gonna die. I'm basically trying to keep them off of cards like Mayhem Devil, Corvald, Priest of Forgotten Realms, or whatever the hell it's called. Stuff like that. I'll actually take the 1 here. Okay. All right. Never a rogue. Rogues. So let's play this. Right. And at this point, we're just basically controlling the game. That's essentially what we're gonna try to do here. Cauldron Familiar, sure. I want to bounce anything to their hand. Nothing is really super worth bouncing to their hand at the moment. But yes, we can theft. So we can petty theft guild. Doesn't really matter too much, and it takes them off of a land following turn. Made them mill a Bolus of Citadel, so that's good. And another Corvald. The problem with the Jund sacrifice deck is that it gains a lot of life. So they can afford to take these hits and stay alive for a while. So we basically have to hope to pretty much have to hope to you know, get more damage in. Yep. Have to outpace them essentially. You're also milling them for quite a bit, so that's good. Should just just auto yield to these decks because I'm not going to respond to them at any point in the game, I don't think. Back with all of our flyers. It's too bad they don't mill cards for each rogue, but that would, maybe that would be OP, I don't know. Yep. Into the Store would be a good draw. Here we go. This still costs 4. I don't want to cast it just in case. I don't want to like accidentally miss a land drop. I know it's very unlikely, but I'll save this Drown in the Loch first, basically. But they're pretty much in a bad spot here. Sure, we knew they had that. Mayhem Devil. Okay, I definitely think that's one we counter. Obviously, we're going to block one of these if they attack it, or if they attack with it. 4, 8, 12, 14. Yeah, so I mean, well, they don't necessarily have to block with anything. They could just crack another treasure or food token, rather. Another Drown in the Loch is pretty much what I wanted there. Or another counter spell in general, just to, you know, keep everything off the top decks. We did get another Cauldron. I mean, inevitably we're gonna mill all of them much, so. Yeah, that's fine. Do I want to kill a gilded goose? Let's see. They can, what can they do here? They can crack this and gain 3 life and go to 10. Crack another one, go to 13. They take 4, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, so even if we kill the gilded goose here, we can't kill them this turn, sorry. But we have the win next turn. All right. Against them, I think that I think Liliana Last Hope is really good. I think Kalidas is really good. Crippling Fear is probably pretty good. Cling to Dust is probably decent. I think that card like Spell Pierce is not very good. So these are the cards like I want to bring in. I know it's a lot. And I may trim down a little bit. I'm gonna have to make some serious cuts here. Maybe like go down on a card like Thoughtseize. You can actually go down completely on Thoughtseize, really. And we have to cut one more card. We don't necessarily need this. It is an extra land. I put it in here because I liked 23, but I couldn't decide if I wanted 22 or 23. But I have to also keep in mind that I am going bigger technically with this board plan. I have to keep that in mind. Could kind of consider also just cut an inventory since we're bringing in all these additional threats and stuff. Let's do that. Because those are kind of like pseudo. What's up, Sway? Yeah, I mean, so I didn't want to trim Twari. That was like my first consideration, but then I was like, no, I'm bringing in these like cards that cost more mana. And consider kind of allows me to get like if I had to consider in this hand an island, I would probably keep it, right? So I wanted to keep it for that, just to sort of fix my draws. I am gonna mulligan this though. This is more or less keepable. But yeah, I definitely considered those lines. Alright, they're gonna Thoughtseize. So we'll see what they take here. I don't know how good this deck is. I brewed this deck up. Currently, obviously, we're up 1 game in this first league, so I know that Rogues was like kind of tinkered with in Pioneer at one point in time. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but you know, we'll see. Your push makes me want to shock, kind of. We'll do that. If it's Innkeeper, I don't really care. Obviously, that creature is not relevant. Um, but we'll see what they play. Trail of Crumbs. Okay. I'm gonna consider here. Yes, we put that in our graveyard. Okay. Maybe I should have kept the Fable Passage. Nah. That's crazy talk. Looks like Rogue Mill from standard before rotation. That's basically what it is. In a nutshell. But I actually didn't play that standard. So I have no idea like how that deck played out or if it was like good or bad or whatever. But I heard it was pretty good. Well, they got a Cauldron Familiar. So maybe I should have... Well... I don't know. Possible I'm supposed to cling that with that trigger on the stack, but they do just sacrifice another food token once, right? It was pretty good, yeah. I heard it was. This is 8, right? I think we can get him. Oh, did I forget to play my land? They weren't foolish enough to try to bring back the Cauldron Familiar there. Now, unfortunately, in response to this, I think I have to go ahead and attempt to get dust. Sucks. But I really don't want them to crack a bunch of food here and kill my dudes. So we'll just do this. But I'm in pretty rough shape this game. So I definitely think maybe I need to keep the Into the Stories in. I think it's just too much to out. Needs to be able to refill my hand at any point in time. You hold up the Cling to Dust here. I think so. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to win this war, I think. Even with the value there. Mayhem Devil is just it needs to go like ASAP. Oh Jesus. Right, well, draw some cards. No land. Well, we can kill Mayhem Devil. We're gonna take a lot of damage though. Potentially even this turn. It all depends. 2, 4, or sorry, 1, 2, 8, 9. No, I don't think they quite have it. Get a land. And a Gilded Goose. Drown on a lock, creating 1 Mayhem Devil. Consider. Go ahead and do this now. So we bounce this, take an attack for 1, put me to 4, and then I think I just wait. No, I have to do it. No, I think I don't know. It's gonna be like, cause then they play it right, and then they can attack me, put me to 4. Sacrifice. Put me to 3. 2. I don't know. Either way, I'm in a bad spot. Let's just put it that way. Either way, I'm in a bad spot. Another Mayhem. They're very temporary solution problem here. think we're still very much... Okay. Alright, so I'm valuing into the story a little bit more now. Otherwise, see maybe cutting here, like we talked about. Anti-cognition also isn't amazing. Cutting one of those. Our only copy, I guess. Because we have so many answers to the creatures, like it almost doesn't matter, but it's nice when we get ahead. I'm gonna cut that card. Yeah, this seems like I don't know if it's gonna be a rough matchup or not, and I also don't know if I should be keeping these Thoughtseize or not. It's very possible that I should just keep the Thoughtseize in. That way Mayhem Devil just never hits the table. Go half and half on Thoughtseize and Consider. Okay. Keep this. Our hand is pretty decent. Question is, can it beat the value? Gunned food. I don't actually know if I care about that or not. I could counter it, sure. Yeah, I guess let's... Does mean I lose a land there, unfortunately. I'm actually really okay. I was about to say I'm really shocked if they block this. It's probably me. Devil, although they probably would have cast Devil first, right? I'm just gonna let Thoughtseize resolve, and I'll let them decide if they want Soaring Thought Thief or if they want Drown in the Lock. Both are pretty good. Both I can play on this turn, so they're just gonna have to choose basically which one they want to deal with. I think that if they had Mayhem Devil, they would have cast it before anything else. They would have tried to resolve Mayhem Devil, and then they would have sacrificed the food token and cast Thoughtseize, so I don't think they have that card. Yeah, I guess we play the swamp and pass. Definitely need to get something off of this instant story. Okay. That was a pretty decent draw. Alright, they found Witch's Oven. Overall, the deck is doing a lot better than I thought it would. This was a really good draw, and I think maybe that's something that needs to be more than just a one of in my sideboard, because that was a house right there. Well, I mean, this is one of the format's tier 1 decks. So it's interesting to me that we're actually making a match out of this at the very least, you know. It's usually a pretty decent sign that the deck at least has legs. I mean, we know the content of their hand is at least one Witch's Oven. The rest of the cards we don't know about. They're facing lethal, so they have to at least put a blocker into play or kill a creature. right. Not gonna have enough to kill this, but oh, okay. They're making a game out of this. Got another one of those. That's kind of... the water grave tapped and pass. And this might just be an instep. Oh no, I just realized something. I fucked up by playing that tapped. Yeah. Fucked up. Yeah, I should have played the land untapped. Should have at least played the island or something. But I guess it really wouldn't have mattered too much because then they still Thoughtseize us. We still have to petty theft, and if we flash in Brazen Borrower, then they just kill our things. Might time out if they don't hurry up, actually. But they can produce a lot of damage in one turn. Especially if they keep getting like witches' ovens and stuff. And 2.5 minutes is a decent amount of time. Oh, geez. Well, we've drawn a lot of lands. Might be in trouble. That into the story was all lands. And you know, like Kalidas is very good here. Shuts down this whole thing. Yeah, they're wisely not going to target Brazen Borrower, because if they did, then they would lose their Mayhem Devil. Yep, we lose. That's close. We needed a Kalidas really to, I mean, any of our sideboard cards really. I'll be right back 1 second. Guys, we're back. Yeah, that was unfortunate. We just didn't really see many sideboard cards. We saw one, like any. And that would have been a cool thing. And it. No, I have a fiery mess that has. God, if you guys could see this, you'd be like, "What life did?" I don't know where it went. I have no idea where. I thought it was sitting around here somewhere. Maybe not. Could have two. Well, yeah, I was gonna put the other webcam on, but that's. I have two webcams. The old one that I downgraded. It's like now my backup for like when I want to put the animals on. But I don't know where that one is. It's somewhere like in my. I have a bag, like a bunch of wires and stuff like that in it. It's like so freaking unorganized and stuff. I really need to like organize everything or throw out shit that I know. It's like the second you throw out a cable, it's like worrisome that you're gonna need it at some point. So like you're just like, oh, I'm like, I'll just save it for now. But the other part of me is just like, dude, you're just hoarding junk at this point. This is like the hoarder's mindset. Like you hang on to shit that you don't need. And you're like, oh, maybe one day I'll need it. And one day never comes. Next thing you know, you're like keeping a VCR for like a reason. You never know. I'll need those VHSs. But who knows? Anyway, that game was super close. I'm a little upset that we didn't win that one. I thought it was totally winnable. And there was one juncture of the game I thought there was no way we could lose. And then when we cast into the story, we drew 4 lands. And I thought, okay, well, that's not really that big of a deal because we played 22 lands in the deck. And we proceeded to draw more lands and essentially get flooded for the rest of the game. And of course, with Trail of Crumbs, like your opponent is gonna hit like non-land lands and non-land permanents like, all day long. So Trail of Crumbs pretty good. All right, what the fuck is taking so long? But overall, I mean, the deck felt okay. I mean, it didn't feel like underpowered or anything like that. It felt like it was hanging close to the Jund deck. Definitely felt like it could have gone my way. So. All right, here we go. Finally, Jesus. All right, we're on the draw. This person has trophied. We'll keep this one. And it's basically looking like Dimir control right now. This is kind of what it is. Oh, it's this deck again. Alright, well, I guess we'll take Trail of Crumbs. Alright, so go. I don't know why I just shocked that in. I could have just as easily played the swamp and everything would have been okay. But it's fine. Torvald, I can't counter. I can return it to the... Or I can just destroy it. Bounce this thing. Not incredibly effective or anything like that, but it is a line. It's also making the most use out of my mana. It's kind of how game 1 went against our last opponent. Yep. Unfortunately, Trail of Crumbs is gonna like help them rebuild their hand after we've, you know, worked diligently to get rid of every card in their hand. But Always amazed at how many triggers they can get off of main level. Odd to see this deck 2 rounds in a row. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It is one of the best decks in the format. There's that. We can roll the exile that matters. Probably better off as a blocker. Probably should have played the Watery Grave, but it's fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat Trail of Crumbs, but I guess for time purposes and stuff, I'm play this one out. Yeah, same type of deal. Bring in all the good cards, pick out some of the bad cards, go from there. We do want Cling to Dust. We can pick out Spell Pierce, and thinking we just take out the Considerers. Like that. We'll leave in the Thoughtseize because, like, I really don't want. What I really don't want to happen is I don't want some of the relevant spells to hit. Like, we definitely don't want Mayhem double out if we don't have a way to deal with it. Cletus is just a house against them, though. If we can somehow manage to get that card out, it's going to be very good. This hand lacks blue. Otherwise a decent hand, but I'm gonna ship it back. Certainly not an amazing hand. It could be worse. really want to give them black mana. Oh, they got it anyway. Want to play Kalidas this turn? I'm gonna save the Kalidas. Might seem a little odd, but I can play Clean to Dust, Soaring Thought Thief, and Fatal Push this turn if everything goes right. Sucks. All right, let's see if they have an answer to Kalidas. Like, immediately they did. All right, so carpet on. What's the last mode? Creature control game got touch. Again, last mode. Oh no. No. I meant to sacrifice that and draw a card, obviously. That is really unfortunate that I misclicked that. I don't think it would have really mattered too much, but that's sad. Definitely not doing myself any favors. Plays like that, for sure. Oh, that's right. That's cute. Alright, well, let's play some mono red Eldrazi. We'll drop from this one. We played against Jund Food twice, and it was pretty lame. The first game, or the first match, rather, we probably should have won, but we drew too poorly. That second one, I didn't really feel like we were in it. We just can't beat Mayhem Devil. That's like really what the deck's problem is with that matchup is you just can't let Mayhem Devil like touch the fucking ground, because if it does, then it's just like a nightmare to deal with. Let's see here. Yeah, I trophied with mono red Eldrazi the other day, and the deck has been pretty good. So hopefully we have similar success as we did last time. That was pretty sweet. And I feel like the deck is like not really one that's on a lot of people's radar right now. I don't really feel like it's a deck that people are planning to play against when they queue up into these leagues. I also feel like it's good against Death Shadow, which is nice because that seems to be what everybody is playing right now online. They're playing Death Shadow and Hammer, which I don't think the deck is bad against Hammer. It's really hard to say, because that deck is just so resilient and good. But I think overall, like, the matchup might be somewhere around like 50-50. I'm being totally transparent, but I could see it being a little bit favored in the Eldrazi. But this is basically what we're going to be playing. I don't see a reason to change anything, especially because last time we played, we got the 5-0, so this is not my list by any means, but you know, I've thought about like if I were to change cards around, like what I would change, and quite frankly, I don't even know. The deck is very streamlined. Everything is pretty much a 4 of. So I don't really, I don't know. It's a very, very balanced and consistent deck. So it's hard to say what we would even change if we were to change something. So that's why I'm just like keeping it the same for now. That and 5 matches with a deck is not enough to really change shit around, I think. Alright, man, traders, you can give me my cards, or what's going on here? There we go. Is it a little weird not playing Urza Saga in an Eldrazi deck? I mean, it's like that card would be like an insta include, but I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem to work with Reality Smasher. Thought-Knot's here. You want to cast those cards as early as possible, obviously. I don't think a card like Urza Saga is gonna really allow you to do that. Obviously it's gonna die, so you also have to consider like the artifacts that it goes and gets directly clash with oh, it's definitely made this deck before, yeah. Those cards definitely clash with Chalice of the Void. Yeah, there's some other decks I do want to try and Pioneer. I want to try it, like we talked about trying like an Esper Yorion list, like an Esper Control Yorion list. I could definitely see working on something like that. I don't know if I'll be able to work on it tonight with the timeline, but it's something that's on my radar. Like I want to work on that a little bit. Deader Goblin 1984. All right, dope name. I'll keep our mono Ragavan hand. Hands like this seem so dumb with Ragavan because it's like even if they kill the first Ragavan, you've got more Ragavan after that. I'm not sure what you take here. Maybe Fury. Yeah. All right, deck. We can't draw any more Ragavans. We're out of Ragavans to draw. That was a good hit, though. I'll appreciate the like. Welcome, welcome. All right, take Eldrazi Obligator, I guess. Oh god, that's funny. Think they're playing Death Shadow? What up? What up? Peace, peace. I don't know. Like, I guess I play. Even if they're playing Death Shadow, let's say they fetch and shock and go down to 9. Death Shadow's a 4/4. Technically we could kill it with Shatter Soul Smashing if they block a Ragavan or whatever. Now I'm just gonna play it. Alright, they didn't shock, so that's a pretty good sign. They do appear to be playing Grixis or something though. Alright, let's attack first. Target play discards a card. Okay. I wonder what I'll discard. Challenge for 1 is kind of weird here because I do have like one of my 1-drops in my hand, but I don't know. I'll put that on top. Like a good draw to me. It does appear that they are playing Death Shadow. But with Chalice on 1, it's going to be very difficult for them because they use their K command a little early. Play Polluted Delta and pass. Interesting. They're just dead. Alright, appeared to be Grixis Death Shadow. I'm not quite sure though. I mean, they had kind of a weird draw. So I don't know. Ragavan is usually not very good against Grixis Death Shadow. They have a ton of removal. Probably not great against them. Blood Moon, however, is pretty good against them. Relic can be okay against them. I rather like Relic as a redraw. And Engineered Explosives is pretty good against them as well. Could see cutting the Bone Crusher Giants, even though it is value. Oil is probably not a card I'm too interested in. Warping Whale is... I mean, Warping Whale answers Ragavan, and it also answers... We can bring it. Well, that's fine. Click. And where do we cut here? What's the final cut? Let's just play one relic. Fuck it. I don't know what the last cut is. I want all of these cards. Relic isn't like amazing. It's mostly just like a redraw. And it prevents them from getting value off of Luris and stuff like that. Alright. I'm gonna keep this. We have a Chalice for one. We have a Eldrazi Temple. Not too many reasons to mulligan this hand. Yep. Yeah, they are playing Dust Shadow. I thought so. I'll keep the Dismember up in case they have a Ragavan. Inquisition. I don't know if I'm supposed to Dismember in response. They could cast Ragavan. I guess that would be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna Dismember in response here. I think what they're probably gonna take is Chalice of the Void. I'd guess. Yeah. Yeah, this deck feels pretty good against Death Shadow. You'd go a little bit bigger than them, kind of bully them around a little bit, and then the Blood Moons and stuff is like a huge liability for them. But also you get like Thought-Knots here and like some other goodies. Cruxa. Cruxa, I think I just discard 3. Kind of hard to say. Not like I'm casting it on anything right now. Or anytime soon. If they bring back Cruxa, we have a choice on what we want to do. And we actually have a really interesting line if they choose to go that route. Like, looks like the answer is gonna be no. Yep. Assuming I'm gonna get my obligator countered. Can I not do what I was thinking I could do? Oh, activate abilities. Okay, okay. Yeah, that doesn't work like that. I don't know what they would cast for 0, but oh, that's right. They can cast Mishra's Bauble, so that's cool. Now they can make me discard my Warping Whale here. Might be what they end up doing. I am pretty much on empty here. But Obligator off the top wins the game. And so does Reality Smasher. Not Seer's not terrible. Oh, Lord have mercy. Alright, well, they have a lot of cards that I don't like that they have. Unholy Heat is the most efficient answer to Thought-Knot Seer that they have. So I guess we just take that. Boy, their hand was stacked. Love the spaghetti deck. Yeah, it's super fun, man. I saw you were working on, I mean, we kind of talked about it on Twitter a little bit, how you were working on like a green-red, building off of the old green-red Eldrazi lists. I thought about that too, but then I saw these lists popping up and I was like, well, I trust that people know better than me in terms of like what is and isn't viable. And I guess like I remember there was one point in time people talked about Ancient Stirrings being, you know, grounds to ban, and then now nobody plays it, right? Except for Tron. So like Kind of crazy how the deck sort of transformed into this more simplistic, you know, non Simian Spirit Guide plan deck that we see today. So they're just gonna hold up Drown in the Lock here, which is unfortunate. That's just game though, right? Pretty sure that's just game. Mono red's definitely tighter. I just love the idea of Grove versus GDS. I haven't been having an issue with GDS though, which is part of the reason why I've been playing this deck, is that it's just like everyone is playing Grixis Death Shadow right now. Obviously it won like what, both challenges or something, like both days, 2 different people. So like I'm just gonna fucking you see this? I would murder to have your luck. It's like, yeah, man, that was totally lucky. Like drawing like 1 of a 3 of is like totally super lucky. Like that's just so lucky. Also, you're dead to they're dead to like numerous things there. Like they're not in a good place. Regardless of what I top deck there, like you're not in a good spot. Like you have to hope that I don't draw a you have like just a few turns to win, basically. Like, yeah, I have a lot of dead draws there, but what is it? Cavernous Souls off the top is dangerous because that means I can win at any moment. Anytime I draw one of those obligators is game. I don't know. It's just it didn't bode well for them. And this is probably gonna be another fucking Grixis Death Shadow deck. Maybe not though. Game 1 I drew all 4 Ragavans, which was funny. Oh, okay, it's Hammer. This is a little awkward. Not the Cabal kind. There are so many people like that on Moto, aren't there? I literally have a salt folder for that very reason. That's weird. Like I kind of want to play Eldrazi Temple, obviously, but I think it's more correct to play the Ragavan because like our next play is likely going to be Bone Crusher Giant. Swing with Ragavan. Hope they don't play like a bunch of not Thopters, Ornithopters or whatever. Not that they would block with Ornithopter. I think they would just take it, but yeah, there's so many people like that on Moto, man. It's ridiculous. It's like I don't get mad about Magic anymore. Like I if anything, I get mad like that I misplayed or something, but I don't get mad at my opponents. Like it's pointless. You know what I mean? Like if they play a hammer here, like so what? You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like it's really not that big of a deal. You know? Like that's what their deck is designed to do. Like it's designed for them to like win with Colossus Hammer. Of course, if they win with Colossus Hammer, like it's annoying, but you know, and then you just draw Fury and you look like a fucking genius. Like you know, it's like this game has a certain degree of luck in it that you just can't bypass, you know. Like if I'm gonna continue to play Magic, then I'm gonna continue to lose, and people need to accept that. Like you are going to continue to lose games of Magic if you continue to play, and that's okay. Perfectly okay. Like it's part of sports growing up, right? Part of games growing up. Like you quite literally win some and lose some. Now I don't know if I'm actually supposed to cast Thought-Knot Seer here, if I'm just supposed to hold it. I'm trying to think of a world in which I get screwed if I cast it. I feel like if they had another Colossus Hammer in their hand, they would have played it on the Ornithopter instead of playing Stoneforge Mystic, right? On the other hand, you know, we could really get them with Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, I'm gonna play Springleaf Drum. I'm just gonna hold up the Giant, I think. I don't know. Maybe I get screwed because of that. Who knows? All right. Nah, that's out of the way. Guess I could have said human. Eh. I could still cast the You're still Paladin. I don't know. Like I said, I have an entire folder dedicated to Salty Boys on Moto. It is what it is. Nothing new under the sun. Alright, so they put Lurrus in their hand this turn. I have no reason to cast that, right? I've seen enough. Alright, so Braids. This is, I think, yet another matchup where like Ragavan probably comes out, right? I'm assuming. It's just super hard to connect. I mean, I kind of got lucky there. Warping Whale seems alright. I don't really know what I take out for it. What is your... Yeah. What is your experience with like Blood Moon against Hammer Time? Is it worth bringing in? Because it destroys... They play like 3 basic planes. It destroys Urza Saga. Obviously they need white mana to cast like their I don't know, their important things. Sigarda's Aid and all that stuff. I'm kind of thinking this might be a matchup where like or Matter Reshaper might need to come out. Like I almost would rather have like 2 copies of Blood Moon and 2 Warping Whales instead of these Matter Reshapers. Because like the way I see this game, they have Drum too. That's true. But Warping Whale definitely comes in. Maybe we cut like a couple of Reality Smashers or something. Since it's a little on the slow side. Basically just trying to control the game and get it to a point to where like they don't have anything, kind of like we did in the first game. And then we just win by swinging with like our dudes. So I could see something like this being good. I don't know. And we still have 2 Reality Smashers for like the late game. Yeah, I could see that. Okay. I mean, we don't have sand is a little risky. This is obviously not what I wanted to see in my opener. We only have 2 lands. We have Fury, which is nice. I'm gonna keep it based on the Fury and Dismember alone. Yeah, with the moon. Yeah, of course. All right, that's another Dismember. Kind of nice, I guess. You need to draw lands. Temple would be nice. Yep. All right, this hand's getting real awkward real quick. Like, I'm glad I'm getting removal and stuff. But it is a little awkward. Do we take the chance to kill this with the trigger on the stack, or do we let them get the Colossus hand? I kind of can't let them. I can't let them, like, so if I kill this on the stack, right? Trigger on the stack, I kill this. They get Colossus Hammer, right? The next turn, I'm just like cold to an Ink Moth Nexus swing, so I kind of have to, like, allow them to get this, right? Shadow Spear. So that implies that they already have Colossus Hammer. Jeez. I could Fury that, bait out the Colossus Hammer, and just kill it with the Dismember, with the Hammer trigger on the stack. I don't hate that line, but I'd rather them just go for an Ink Moth Nexus here, or on the next turn, and get him that way. Obviously, I'm dead to Double Hammer, but that is what it is, right? All right, you got another hammer. That's good. Land. Oh. Yeah, I can't afford to play around that, though. I mean, but then again, what can I afford to play around at this point? So I can kill Stoneforge Mystic, and then, like, next turn they probably put Lurrus in their hand, and then, like, pass, and then that puts me on basically drawing a land and playing Matter Reshaper. I mean, it's not ideal. It absolutely is not ideal. But maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky and draw Eldrazi Temple and be able to cast this Thought-Knot Seer and get that Lurrus out of their hand. Paladin, not what I wanted to see. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna draw lands for the rest of the game. At least with a braid, we can lead them into a line that, like, what is this? Equipment. As long as you control 3 of them. Okay, so. Suppose I probably should have just killed a Pure Steel Paladin on the stack. I don't know. That's kind of clumsy of me. They're just digging for another hammer. Play lands, I promise. Not that many of them. I'm probably dead. Yeah, I should have killed the Pure Steel Paladin with the Ornithopter on the stack. I think that was the line. They couldn't do stuff like this. Okay. You have infinite equipment loops. Oh man, they're demonstrating a loop. We're so dead. Oh no, we'll be here forever. I think I'm supposed to save Thought-Knots here for when they lure us. You somehow win this one. Yeah, I don't know how, but maybe. I think I'm supposed to save Thought-Knots here for Lurrus, honestly. But what if I thought Seer now take something, they cast Lurrus, they nah, because then as soon as they get Colossus Hammer out, it's game over. I don't think I'm gonna win this one, FYI. I think this game is over for me. But don't worry, I'll get angry when my opponent wins. I'll say, I can't believe you drew Colossus Hammer. Game is rigged. I always lose. They put Lurrus in their hand. Yep. Okay, well. Oh my god. Alright, you have all of the aid. Is there any reason why I would need to leave a Matter Reshaper back here? No, right? This damn Ornithopter is going to be the death of me. Oh god, they're drawing so many cards. That's pretty good. You do it for one, right? We do it for 1, right? That's because you get rid of Sigarda's Aid, Springleaf Drum. I mean, they have 2 Sigarda's Aids in their hand, but Esper Sentinel, the Shadow Spear. I do think that I'm not supposed to blow it this turn, though. I think I'm just supposed to wait. I can attack with a Matter Reshaper here. And then we still have 2 blockers. Maybe I'm not even supposed to attack. Like, cause like, okay, so like we don't attack. Yeah. Well, we will Chalice for 1. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. We'd probably just Chalice for 1. And then what? They attack with 3 creatures. I'm just gonna leave everything back for now. I don't know. All right. Yeah, pretty much. That's my line of thinking as well. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic, go get something useless. Got it. Yep. I could Chalice for 2 here. I think that would pretty much shut them out of the game. I'm just gonna Chalice for 0, I guess. Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. That is problematic. Did not remember about that. Suppose we just got, huh? They can put it in play, but they can't equip it. So there's that. Oh wait, they can equip it because of Metalcraft. Not at instant speed though, right? I don't know how they thought that was gonna work. My psychic damage. So we can attack for 7, leave up a blocker. And then they swing for 10, obviously we block it or whatever, we would take 4. So we have to leave back 2 blockers essentially, right? Because then like we could go, like they go, we block 2, I mean, I want to get super greedy, we could attack with this too. I don't see a huge problem with that. And then like maybe they swing with everything. Maybe we do like we could do Obligator, but then they'll just block with the Urza Saga. But they would be dead then, right? Because like then they would block with the Urza Saga. They would take. Yeah, I like this line. I'm gonna do this line. That's annoying. So I can take their Ornithopter, but they just block it, right? They just block it and they like block everything else, right? And they would just kill me. Is it better to just swing here and then take like play Bone Crusher Giant? Could also just play Reality Smasher. I'm just curious if they like don't block here. Like, what if I swing with both of these and they just don't block? Yeah, I think the Smasher swing. I'm with that plan. They don't play 2 Shadow Spears, do they? Because if they do, that's gonna fucking suck. This is actually a really close game. Yeah. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. So, telling me a crab rang this goon? No. So I can play Obligator, steal something. I can steal the construct token. Swing. We would be swinging in for, they couldn't take this, or this. They block those three, and then like, and then we basically, they can afford to put enough toughness in front of. Well, we wouldn't be able to play, I don't think, right? Oh, we could play it for 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think I just lose, right? I feel like this is something where I have a line. I just, like, I can steal this. The problem is if I swing, they have 2 blockers for those 2, a blocker for Thought-Knots here, and then they can put 4 toughness or whatever in front of Reality Smasher and only take 1 damage or whatever, and then they hit us for lethal. And they get the construct token back. So I almost feel like I have to play this tapped and play Bone Crusher. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, honestly. Am I just dead on board with that line? We go block, block, block. No, we're not dead on board, technically. I probably should have just played Reality Smasher. Come to think of it. I don't know. I was also worried about time. We're also representing some things. I mean, I don't know. All right, they're swinging. They're swinging with the entire team. See what they got here. I guess I don't know. I guess if anything, I save my Reality Smasher, or maybe I don't give them a redraw. I don't know. What could you possibly have? Did they just like give themselves up? Are they just fatigued mentally from this game? Like, I don't understand. We have a Chalice on 1 and 0, so I don't quite know how they get out of this spot. Oh, they might have Collective Brutality. I don't know if they play that card or not. Collective Brutality would make sense. We might have our counter a sorcery spell though. You never know. I mean, you took the line. Now you just got to slam it if you got it. Or maybe they miscounted lethal. They've dealt so much psychic damage. Why? Are you just frustrated? I definitely think there are some things that we both could have done. Yeah. All right. Well, we're 2-0. We are 2-0. Hey, we beat Grixis Death Shadow and we beat Hammer, kind of. So that's a good sign. All right, I'll be right back 1 second, and then we'll continue this league. Okay. That was fun. Frustrated with their play. We literally robbed that person. I mean, I didn't rob them. They kind of robbed themselves. I just, played my cards, man. Hammer is such a simple deck on paper, but like it's just there's a lot of nuance to it. But even still, like I feel like the lines there were pretty apparent. And they weren't dead by any means. Like they had me in a bad spot. If they just swing with the big token and the Ornithopter there, I have to block. And yeah, I mean I'm just in a rough way, like if that was the case. Man, look at how many goddamn trophies these motherfuckers have. First of all, who is this? This person came out of nowhere. I feel like Nino Nay. I haven't seen that person. Maybe they were always in the mix and I just missed it. But that's a lot of fucking trophies. I barely got one. It took me forever to figure out what deck I wanted to play to get one goddamn trophy. But now that I have it, now that I like have the deck that I want to play going forward, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier for me. I'm just going to, next Modern League, I'm just going to fucking jam this deck for like eternity. Like this will just be all I play and I'll just make minuscule changes. Probably like very little, mostly to the sideboard, I believe. Yeah, I think I'm all the blind. This one's better. I mean, we could honestly just throw back Matter Reshaper or Chalice. I'll throw back the Reshaper just in case they play something that like Matter Reshaper is good against Ragavan too, which is kind of nice. But I can cast that play. See if they have a counter spell. Casting Archmage's Charm, which pretty much makes it look like they don't have an actual counter spell. Clearly blue-red Murktide Regent, but that turn 1 Ragavan's pretty rough. I'll have to find a way to deal with that. Obviously I have Shatterskull Smashing in my hand, so that's one way. Visions. I have to decide whether or not I want a Chalice for 1 here, or if I want to cast Reality Smasher and potentially get it countered. Interesting. Well, now I feel pressed to cast Reality Smasher, because if I don't, then I'm just gonna take a shit ton of damage. I actually need it to block. They don't have an easy way to deal with it. The 1 mana removal that deals 6. They don't have currently an artifact or a creature in their graveyard to make that go off. I think if we're on the play, this game is a lot different. But on the draw, this is it's pretty rough. Presence is required. Oh, and they... Wait. Oh, okay. I see. Good on them. Good on them. I just saw what they did. That was a good... Like, so basically they pitched a card to Reality Smasher, gave themselves Delirium, and were able to hit off of Unholy Heat. Yeah, I'll get on Halo in a few. I have to finish this this stream up, Percy, and I have to finish this league. But after that, I would be down. I mean, I guess I could switch things over to Halo, but I don't know if people would be down to watch that. You think they'll cast the Matter Shaper? Can they? Can't, right? I don't think I can cast it. I don't have colorless. Man, it's a good sign for me if they're attempting to cast it. Oh god, that's way worse for me. Like game ending for me. Well, 0 cards in hand. We might have managed to sneak this one out with that Eldrazi Obligator draw. The problem is I need them to attack in a certain way. With Eldrazi Obligator, I can steal their Murktide Regent and attack them. But we're not going to do it this turn, obviously. Still don't quite know if it's going to be enough. It probably is not. Oh god, especially with that's like the best card. It may just actually have me here. I was gonna say there's a chance with the Obligator to steal Murktide Regent. Yeah, they probably got me here. That'll do it. Yeah, that was a pretty good draw off the top. I was gonna say, like, without that, we were in a situation where we might have been able to pull out ahead. All right, Ragavans come out here. Boil and Relic definitely come in. I don't know if Explosives is super good in this matchup. I feel like it's okay. Because it kills Ragavan and it kills Dragon Rage. Warping Whale also kills those 2 cards. They don't really play very many sorceries, but not bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a matchup where Warping Whale comes in or not. They don't really play very many sorceries, besides, like... But I'm not really too much worried about that. I mean, it does create an Eldrazi Scion or exile a Dragon Rage Channeler or a Ragavan. I just don't know what I'm supposed to take out for it. No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it how it is. I'm just gonna keep the relics, relic and boil. I don't want to care. Oh, it's is it Murktide? And we're down a game. I was considering bringing in Warping Whale and Engineered Explosives, but I don't know what the cut would be. Hand is pretty slow. We do represent a wastes here, which is kind of nice. And we also have Chalice. I'm gonna keep this one because it's mana fix for Blood Moon, and it has Chalice on one. Yeah. Luckily, Blood Moon doesn't really hit us that hard, and people tend to bring that card in against me. Oil is looking pretty pathetic. Yeah. Like the only good part right now. Nice. I think my opponent has a Murktide Regent. What do you guys think? Okay, Boyle does absolutely nothing, unfortunately. This would be a perfect opportunity to play it. I'm just trying to think, like, what are my lines here? Because obviously my opponent didn't take that weak bait that I had. I mean, they've got me on a 2-turn clock. But if they don't play anything next turn, I mean, I don't know. It's like, I guess I probably should have just swung with Obligator too, if that was the case. I'm pretty sure I'm screwed. Because even if I take, even if I draw a land and take Murktide Regent, right? They just go to just cast Obligator now. Yeah, that's my best bet, right? Still pretty boned. Not even quite sure what my out here is. That's crazy. Maybe my out was hoping that they shock. I mean, that ain't it. Braid or Dismember. I mean, I didn't bring in a Braid. And Dismember doesn't kill this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just let that resolve. They hold up Archmage's Charm and then they just win. Oh, damn. That was rough. Good on them, though. They had a line in game 1, which I thought was very interesting. They pitched a card to Reality Smasher in order to gain Delirium for Unholy Heat, which I thought was very interesting, and I didn't see that line. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of how I played in game 1, but it's certainly very interesting. I think I beat 2 Murktide decks in my 5-0. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad matchup. I just think it might be a 50-50. I mean, you saw how close both of those games were. Maybe not game 1 so much, but like definitely game 2 was close. Ooh, what the fuck is this, dude? Double Eldrazi Temple, Chalice of the Void. I mean, I have to mulligan this, right? Okay, so let's see. I play 20 lands in this deck, okay? 20 lands. All right. Here's, well, not counting the Shatter Skull, whatever the fuck they're called. Here's 6 of them, right? So that would leave 14 lands plus the 4 others. I'm not very likely to draw more lands. Yeah. No, absolutely. That's why I brought in relics, but... Alright, this might be a loose keep, but I'm keeping it. It also has Cavern Souls, like... Fixing for Blood Moon. I'm just trying to justify my bad keep. Me keeping fucking 6 lands. But they're not just 6 lands. We have double Eldrazi Temple. We have turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer and protection from Thoughtseize. Look, we're gonna draw Thought-Knot Seer, then we're gonna draw Reality Smasher into like triple Reality Smasher and just win the game outright. Here we go. Oh, it's fucking Charbelcher. And we drew another land, by the way. I just want to point that out. So with Charbelcher, you just chalice for 2, right? It can't really do much if you chalice for 2. We don't chalice for 1 against Charbelcher, right? That's not the play. Oh, did they just win? Yeah, they just win. Yikes. Alright, well, we were just gonna draw lands. We were just gonna draw lands those games anyway. Alright, so we clearly we do Warping Whales. They don't really play any creature. They do play fucking, what do you call it? Magus of the Moon in the board. I know that much. But a Braid can take care of that. And so can Fury. Like, because we just don't really have a whole lot of cards to bring in here. I mean, I could bring in Engineered Explosives, but it literally doesn't hit anything, right? Like, Engineered Explosives hits the treasure tokens, and, like, that's about it, right? It can hit, they play, like, 1 Pyromancer's Ascension. It can hit that, I suppose. Oh, yeah, this deck kind of fell off. Like way at the bottom now. There we go, Belcher. I say that like the deck I'm playing is good. They play Force of Vigor. A lot of them play Force of Vigor. And Nature's Claim and Pact of Negation. Do we bring in Void Mirror for they do play Fury too. Let's bring in the Void Mirrors. We'll just take out our own Fury. Yeah, we'll just call it good at that. Sure, I'll keep it. This is still a turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer if we find one. And also just like Ragavan on turn 1 against them, seems to. Also, it has Warping Whale to counter their... I'd never remember the name of the ritual that they cast that gives them 7 mana, but Iron Crag Feet, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Hope they don't have the absolute nutter butters. They have it again. Okay. About to fucking say, dude. I suppose I could challenge or chalice. I mean, look, if that's what they have, I'm not going to play around it, right? That's like one of those things where you're just like, look, if that's what you got, then you got it, dude. Like, I'm never going to play around some like weird marginal shit like that, you know? Because that can't be correct, right? If they had it, then I would have just respected the hustle at that point. Like, dude, good games. Like, you got it. There's an argument, I think, to chalice for 0 there. Because if my opponent has both Pact of Negation and the combo, then they just win here. Yep. Do you believe I just countered it? I know this nerfs my braid, but I think it's pretty important. Got it, you got it. Alright, they don't have it. This is a scary matchup because, like, obviously they're playing an extremely unfair deck. Yeah, I mean, they could have had, at one point they could have had Pact of Negation, but they didn't. So. Yeah, I think I'll just run it back. This is like a stereotypical like 2 ships passing matchup here. This is a tough one. We don't have reassurance against Blood Moon. We do have a turn 1 Ragavan. We do have Chalice. I could easily see pitching this hand back, but what do you think? I'm erring on the side of keeping this, honestly. We don't have fast mana for Thought Nuts here, though. That's the problem. Like, I'm relying on drawing a colorless land. Yeah, I'm relying on drawing a colorless land and getting hits in Ragavan. I think there's just too much that has to go right. This is good. We get the Prismatic Vista, which is nice. We'll just pitch the Cavernous Souls here. Plays around Blood Moon pretty well. I mean, I had to play around Ritual Blood Moon there, unfortunately. Didn't matter anyway. Oh. Well, I just kind of screwed myself. Might not have even mattered though. If they just have the combo here. Okay. I'm so smart. So smart. What a smart person I am. I just knew, man. Knew. It's okay. They're still gonna kill me. Here it is, right here. Yep. Just had. Yep. It is kind of sad when you lose to this deck when they just have like all 3 cards in their hand, like the 3-card combo. Not that they don't play 4 of each, but it is unlikely that they assemble that pair in 2 games. But it's sort of like in the same vein of like when Neobrand was a thing, and Neobrand would just like turn 1 you 2 games in a row. Like you're just like, you know, what are the odds? But the odds aren't 0, so like, can I really even be mad? Nah, yeah, they're just comfortably keeping 7. just got it like that. There is something to be said about it. I mean, it's a sweet deck, I'm not gonna lie. Like, there is some appeal to play Charbelcher to me, but it's too glass cannon. Like, at least Ad Nauseam had a lot of play to it, right? Like, you could do multiple things. Hell, you could even sideboard into, like, creatures. Like, that, you know, was the thing for a while. Where I learned of, what is it, like, Herald of the, or, like, something of the God Helm. Like, remember that creature? I'm forgetting the name. But you know what I'm talking about. Something of the Godhead. I can't remember. But yeah, like when Ad Nauseam would bring in like Grave Titan shit, people would be like, they'd be like Seto Kaiba getting obliterated by fucking by Blue Eyes. Sigarda, yeah. Just so many sweet creatures to bring in. Like, but like Charbelcher can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no play to it. It's just like, it's very glass cannony. Even more so, I feel like, than like Grishelbrand was. Godhead of Awe. Yeah. Yeah, that card was really fun. Do I allow this? I think I just kill it. Want them doing no crazy shit on my turn, or on the next turn rather. Okay. I mean, I guess we're just taking the slow approach here. I don't know what they're playing. I have no idea. But I'm just gonna play Chalice on 1. It looks like some Omnath deck. Very. I was hoping they would plus. We have the option. I mean, we can smash this. Get it off the battlefield. Or we can play Chalice for 1 and Matter Reshaper. I feel like what they want to do next turn is like either play an Omnath, which they probably not playing Omnath because they didn't reveal Yorion. I don't know why you'd play. Yeah, let's just do that. Make the most of our. I don't want this to live. And they could easily be playing like Prismatic, whatever the fuck. And if their plan is to just play a bunch of 1-drops this turn to play around Chalice of the Void, then we'll just fucking fury it if we draw a land. Alright. Alright, don't settle the wreckage. I mean, that's still pretty good, but here's on that. That's pretty good. The fact that they didn't hit a land there, I feel like was pretty important. Yeah, I sensed another Omnath in the disturbance, in the force rather. Yes, they didn't hit another land. Good. All right. Playing some fucking Omnath, Lotus Cobra bullshit. Is Chalice? I mean, I don't know. Chalice felt really weak there. Maybe we just take out 3 Chalices for like 3 Blood Moons. I don't know what the fuck they're playing. Can you tell me like what exactly they're playing? Like, cause I have no idea. I feel like they're playing like Blink, like 4-color Blink. I mean, clearly they're playing Teferi. Teferi is good against Blood Moon. I mean, Boil is honestly decent too. I can see cutting like all the Chalices and bringing in like double Boil, double Blood Moon. I like everything else. Like Bone Crusher Giant's good against Lotus Cobra. 5 post board. I'm just going for the. Gotta brought in like a random EE or something like that. I don't know. Might play around Blood Moon. I have no idea. They do fetch a lot of basics like these types of decks, and they have like Ren and stuff. But I don't typically like. I don't know. It's not that important, honestly, that they have Ren and 6. I do want to continue to play this deck though. I'm interested to see what like a green-red version looks like. I'm assuming you play Ancient Stirrings in green-red, and you do get a little bit more like reach. You can also forego playing like I mean, if you want to, you can play Ragavan, but you could play like Ignoble Hierarch and like some other cards like. Oh, sweet. Um. Hey, did the thing. For our one of Gemstone Caverns. What a troll. No chalice, yeah. With that many one drops, yeah, that's understandable. You could play a couple on the board. It's good sideboard attack against like a handful of decks in addition to just being good, like flat out good against rhinos. But yeah, it's like Ragavan's just too good not to play. I remember Green Red Eldrazi was making a pretty big scene like once upon a time. I mean, this was like a good while ago. Oh, they just disconnected. But yeah, it was like I still have it actually pulled up because I played it before. It was like quite a while. Green. That ain't it. Way too many decks. Just can't remember what I named. I do have it in here. I tried to work on it some more actually. Before I arrived, long before I arrived at this deck. I just had it saved under. So bad about that. I need to delete like half of this shit. Sometimes I just like going through. I'm sure everybody does this where they just go through like old bad decks and like wonder like what the fuck you were thinking, or like maybe you get intrigued by it and you're like, maybe there's something to this. Yeah, I can't under. Definitely wanted to play it for a tournament, but I think I ended up deciding on black white hate bears instead. And I actually ended up getting matched up with green red Eldrazi, and I remember like beating the ever living shit out of my opponent, being not very happy about that. But dims to breaks. I used to play white black hate bears religiously. That was like the only deck that I played in modern. I had it foiled out at one point, and like I had so much tech, like so much tech. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I was actually working on it again, I think. I don't know why I threw Bloodbraid Elves in there. I guess when it got unbanned, I was like, oh, you put your oldies in free form. Yeah, I need to organize this shit. I think when Bloodbraid Elf got unbanned, I got super excited and just threw them in there. And then slowly over time, I just threw in like new cards, but I never actually did anything with it. Like, obviously, these would be like Ignoble Hierarchs. I think Renin 6 is like, is decent. Oh, God, how? Oh. That dumb shit out. Oh. Ragavan.
even like play. I'm sure the mana base needs a lot of work. With 4, if you played 4 Renaissance, probably just play 2, right? Super underwhelmed by Ren, yeah. Because like with this, you're not really playing a whole lot of fetch land. This deck obviously needs wastes in this current format, but like I could see like just skipping the Ren altogether. And like, what other Eldrazi are there? Am I still waiting for my opponent? I think I am. Yeah, they're leaving. Maybe not. Did they just come back? I think they're back. Oh yeah, they're back. Okay. Yeah, I remember I think I tested the deck with Ren and 6 and I was underwhelmed by it too. Oh, we're playing Obligator. You could play Mimic. But Mimic seems pretty bad against like opposing Rens. You could also just play the Talisman, the Gruul Talisman. I don't know. Just spitballing. I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah, I didn't think Ren was very good in the deck. I mean, it just doesn't play enough fetches. Like I said, with Eldrazi Temple, like you kind of just want to not fetch at all. I mean, that's honestly one of the upsides of the deck. If you think about it, like you don't have to take damage from a lot of fetch lands and stuff. Mimic triggers off a construct. Pretty sweet. All right, baby, play that Lotus Cobra. Yeah. Surprised I didn't draw another Teferi. That's true. Boil is instant. Kind of nice. I wouldn't call it like an extreme blowout or anything like that, but it's nice. I got an Omnath. They're clearly gonna fetch for planes here if we do swing. So maybe like what the play is like. I don't want to boil for just one. That seems pretty underwhelming. And I can't get Omnath out of their hand. I think what I'm gonna do, just attack. Well, Let's just do this, actually. They don't block. I mean, it is what it is. They draw another Waddle. Okay. Cool. More shit for Boyle. Yeah, Boyle's gonna be nice here. Because they're probably gonna want to fetch. Should we attack for all three? I'll attack with all three. They don't want to lose their Omnath. All right, go. I mean, Omnath, the sad thing is, like, this isn't even a blowout because of Omnath. That's lame. You lame for that. I don't have any. Send them to the Shadow Realm. I wish it was better, but like with Omnath out, it didn't matter as much. You think they'll play their other Omnath? Probably not, right? Because they would have swung first. Or maybe not, I don't know. They'll just keep the one with non-summon. Attack. Well, the cool thing is they don't really get to benefit too much off this next Omnath. Okay, they're just gonna... It's a really interesting game. It's like Omnath has totally kept him
kept them afloat, because otherwise this would just be a complete and absolute blowout. Fuck. I'm assuming this is gonna be Ice Fang Coatl. Not Solitude. They still have a Misty in their hand, right? I'm not tripping. I mean, they played one earlier, but like, they played two. I think I'm still supposed to do this. Hopefully they don't get a red 6. That would fuck. Okay, so they're playing Saheeli combo. That makes more sense, I suppose. I don't know why you would fetch there when you have Omnath in your hand. That seems ridiculous, but alright. Did they not have Omnath? Not tripping. Or are they just electing not to cast it? Actually kind of shocked that they still have lands. They're all the ones we've destroyed, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they're not playing Yorion, so... I'm pretty sure I lost this game, but... I might just lose to, like, regular-ass damage. Go to the next. Interesting. Knowing what I know, this is like a weird one. Like there's not really too much that I really care about out in this matchup. I mean, obviously Teferi is good. You know, a Braid does kill like some of their creatures or whatever, but it does not kill. Doesn't kill Omnath. One could assume they might be playing Eladamri's Call, and Warping Well counters that, but I just don't playing. I mean, outside of, you know, it kills Snake, but I mean, there's Void Mirror to counter the fucking Solitude. Like, I don't know if I care about half of this.
I'll bring in the other Blood Moon and cut like cut an Obligator, I guess. Let's run it. Ice Fang Coatl is unironically. Yeah, turn 2 Thought on easy. Ragavan does help with turn 2 Thought on Seer. Makes it a little bit more consistent, a little bit more realistic. Because then with that, you only need 1 Eldrazi, right? And a connect. We can turn 2 Blood Moon here. Okay, maybe not. Oh, it's gonna be a little bitch. They're not a bit. They're fine. We're just playing the game. Attack first is important. They might have Solitude plus Ephemerate or something, and I don't want to get blown the fuck out. Also, like, I'm probably just going to play Blood Moon this turn. I think they're just playing like generic Saheeli dot deck. Yeah, Oath of Nissa really helps them. Still assemble some kind of like combo or whatever. Found Saheeli Rye. It also allows them to cast Teferi. It's kind of annoying. So they have the combo. I think we're just gonna take the card they can cast, give everything they can. Blood Moon seems to be a good card. It could still draw Solitude. Okay. Apparently they're not willing to wait for that out. Alright, so we went 3-2. Not the best, not the worst. We lost to Blue-Red Murktide. What was it? We lost to Blue-Red Murktide and something else. Was it Blue-Red Murktide twice? What did we lose to? I can't even remember. These matches have gone so long. We lost to... Oh, yeah, that's right. Charbelcher. Blue-Red Murktide and Charbelcher. Respectable decks. Respectable decks. Not something I'm, like, necessarily upset about losing to. But yeah, I mean, so far our record with the deck is 8-2. I think that's still pretty respectable. I want to continue to play it and, you know, maybe adjust the sideboard a little bit. I'm not quite sure. But I still don't have enough reps for the deck to really say that, you know, what the sideboard honestly feels great. I never really feel like I don't have the tools to deal with a certain matchup, you know, unless the deck is just like random, in which case I'm not going to play around that. But overall, like, I'm satisfied with the deck. I'm happy to continue to jam it. But if you ever want to, you know,
brew anything with like red green Eldrazi or whatever, I'd be more than happy to look at that together and see like what cards really like can put that deck over the top. I think there's definitely potential there. I mean, Ancient Stirrings is still a very powerful card. So, but anyway, I think that's about gonna wrap it up for me. I'm gonna play some Halo Infinite and just fucking chill. But yeah, I mean, it was super fun. Like, I wish I could have gotten a better record with the Rogues deck earlier. That deck really felt like it was like, I don't know, it had potential, but I don't know, like maybe just not as good as I once thought. But yeah, thanks Ryan for sticking around. Yeah, hit me up. Super fun. And thanks everybody who swung by or anybody who's watching the VODs. We'll be doing this again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Probably playing Magic still, and then like to cap off the week, I want to do like some Halo Infinite just to change things up a little bit. But yeah, we might just run this back tomorrow. I don't know yet. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, peace out. See y'all.